morning, Sonia. This is Saturday, the 1st of March, and we're getting ready for you to record with a new group. We just picked lottery number 3 yesterday. So Cheryl and Gabriella and Dina, they all have their loved ones, and everybody's getting things in. So we'll get those off to you soon. What have you been doing these last couple of weeks while finishing up one group and getting ready for the next one?
Today, for instance, I am working still in the presentation that I'll make for Sandra Champlain on the 16th March. It will be, let's say, a long presentation with the questions after. And I'm making a summary of all the important points that happened this last month with cases, recent cases. And mainly, I'll be talking about the news about the ellipses, because this was something that was driving me completely mad. I didn't know what all those things were. And now we start having an idea. So I'll be talking about this and our discoveries, which is not a few, it is a lot of information. Yeah. But we are analyzing, studying what we had, and now we are understand what is going on. Yes. And I think that people will enjoy it.
And I think we're heading definitely in the direction that this is a very intentional thing that's happening. This is not an error. This is not something that's wrong with any equipment. This is definitely something very, very intentional. At least that's what everything is looking like, right?
Yeah, that is what we are discovering now. In the initial months, like September, when it started appearing, the ellipses started appearing, September, October, November, December stopped. So obviously I consulted with many friends, engineers, physicists, and the first possibility that they thought was that it was a defect of my camera. So obviously I don't have knowledge on that area. So I said, well, maybe, okay. I think that it was on purpose that the other side stopped the phenomenon for giving us time to advance, and we are doing it now. Now, yes, definitively, there is absolutely no possibility of being from the camera or from any local interference.
No, anything, right?
No.
And so this is the first time now that our Patreons are hearing that the phenomenon has stopped.
Yeah.
So yes. It went on for 3 months, correct?
Yeah.
September, October, November, and then in December it stopped. And we haven't gotten that far in the issuing of our reports yet, but you Patreons will be finding out that it did stop before the beginning of the year. And right now we are just in the phase of finding out from every expert who will help us.
Obviously, when it stopped in December, I confess I was extremely upset because the phenomenon was working so incredibly. It appeared with whoever was in my room. It was not only me that was framed by the circles, but also 3 persons altogether. Yes. So it was something that was very impressive. Up to date, it doesn't repeat. So obviously, I was very upset. But now I understand that they stopped it for us to move ahead, because we are still with the idea that could be the camera, could be the software, and now we are sure that it is not. So it was necessary for us to know a little bit more about this phenomenon, and maybe then they come back with new situations, new things. Let's see.
And Sonia, when you meet and do your presentation with Sandra in 2 weeks, you'll be discussing this and maybe taking some questions and answers from people?
Yes, of course I will, because this is something very important.
So Sonia, when you are meeting with and presenting to Sandra Champlain's audience in 2 weeks, will you be discussing this and taking some live questions from people who are curious of what's going on?
Yes, of course, because I think that this phenomenon may be one of the most important phenomena that had happening in 40 years, because it is not only the phenomenon. For the first time, For the first time, we have ways of investigating. Now we have a phenomenon that is more simple because it's just the circles. And yes, these can be measured, can be controlled. I'll be presenting many charts.
So there's going to be lots of exciting things there, and we'll be releasing the new catalog of unknowns
Oh, yes,
on the
yes, we have
16th.
that.
And
Yes.
we'll be having another raffle. Sandra's going to have a raffle
Ah,
that you've
yes, yeah.
agreed. So we have lots of interesting things coming
Yes.
up, and people will have an opportunity to ask their questions. Well, we hope that I'm putting all of that information out there. And for anybody who hasn't heard so far, just go to wedon'tdie.com and it's available in Sandra's store. Just click on the store link and everything is right there that tells you how you do not have to be present to get the catalog. You don't have to be present if your name is selected for the raffle. You don't have to be present to get Sandra's free ebook, We Don't Die, A Skeptic's Discovery of Life After Death. So there's so many things that you get from joining with us. So just register, even if you can't see it live, you'll still get the recording.